Hey, hi. How you doing? Markus Patton here, coming in with a ramble chat, the first one I've done in about 6 weeks, because summer holidays are bare long in this stupid country. So I'm back talking to you about what I achieved over those times I've been away, and yeah, talking about my content making process and all that noise. But first, if you're new to YouTube, click like and subscribe and all that noise. Follow us on all the things linked down below. Support me on Patreon, Ko-fi, buy my comics on Etsy, commission me to draw your fantastic artwork, and yeah, be classy. Stay classy. I know you're classy. We're all classy. So, I guess, yeah. I'm back. Kids back at school. I can sit here and talk to you about what I've done, and yeah. God, that's been a long time. No. Let's not rant about like the inadequacies of the school holidays. Like, why is it 6 weeks off? We don't work in farms anymore. Like, I remember when I was my kid's age, when I went off school for the 6 weeks, I came back dumber, and I'm pretty fucking dumb. So like coming back dumber isn't really that great. But anyway. What did I achieve in that time? Well, in the time I've been away, I've managed to complete the second issue of The Kindness Killers, drawn by yours truly, written by Sid Fane, and lettered by Nicola Wilkinson, published by Makosia Publishing. Comic people. And you can buy issue 1 now through drive-through. You could get it. I'm going to have to chase them up because I think the links to the Amazon are down. But like, I will chase that up. But yeah, you can buy the first issue now, and the second issue is completed. So hopefully, it will be out soon. When I know, you'll know, and we'll know together. Yeah, this is the cover for it. I'm going to be keeping with this motif of kind of divided into three for the first three issues, and then I'm going to go a bit bug nuts on the fourth issue, a la Spawn, and then I'm going to do some really trippy neon shit for the last 3 issues. That's the plan anyway. So yeah, because while this is a cool cover, and I do like this design and this aesthetic. It's only I think the story would be beneficial if I kind of just broke the mold I think issue 4 is a really good time to break that mold and be like, the story's changing. It's the midpoint. So yeah. So this is the cover for issue for the second issue. I mean, I haven't got much to say about it other than I quite like how it turned out. Yeah. This would be the 4th page of it, in which we find out where after your man Takagi got fucked up in issue 1. We found out where he's been taken to in issue 2, which is this dank evil mystery cave full of dank evil mystery people, a cult if you like, full of cultish people. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because, well, obviously I drew this, and the writer wrote it. The inker. No, I'm the inker. I'm the artist. The letterer, Nicola, also worked on a Starship Troopers comic with Sai a few years back, and both of us included one of these things in our comic, like a big dangling ballsack thing. The thing is, hers was actually included in his script. I did that off the top of my dome. So I know cosmic great minds think alike and stuff, but there's nothing in the script to indicate that there should be a big gloopy sack of evil wrapped in leather straps dangling from the ceiling. I just added that in there because, well, I thought it'd be fun to draw, if I'm honest with you. So yeah, so that's why that's in there. I just thought that was kind of interesting that even though we're working on the same script, same writer, but like he didn't include it in my script, it wasn't her script, obviously. We both stuck for something like something similar in there. Other than I think that's kind of funky and weird, I'm not too sure else to add to that bit. So that's what I got. So I figure I'll show you what is my favorite page I drew of the entire whole shebang. Just Takagi going absolutely buttfuck wild after escaping the ne'er-do-wells in his in the cult who've captured him. He just starts tearing through them, and obviously I'm getting to draw quite a few violent things in this violent samurai horror comic, but I don't know. I think this this is the first time I drew it was a case of just like, you know, Marcus, you can go back to that 13-year-old boy that you used to be all those moons ago, who used to draw guts and violence and stuff because, you know, you're a 13-year-old boy and that's what you do. Just channel that inner edgelord. Go on. You can do it. I know you can. Well done. And I did. There's a lot more. So it's been getting into the flow of the comic. It's been a bit more. I mean, it takes a while to get into the flow of any comic, really, and stuff. And yeah, so this is the page. Okay, so well, there we are. We are flowing here. This is cool and stuff. So, and I just really like the absolute carnage and the gore in it and stuff. Yeah, and I figured I'd show that to you. So that is, and forever will be my favorite page that I did for this comic. It's page 20, by the way. So you have to read the entire issue to find out what led to this little knees up. Shall we move on to the next thing? So if you've been following me on the streams, you'll have noticed that I have been drawing an I Hate Fairyland comic cover type thing, fan art, that thing that I've been doing. The speed paint of that will be up on the old YouTube on Saturday at about 5 o'clock, and the behind the scenes, the finished thing, and all the behind the scenes shenanigans, that is up on Patreon right now, so you can see the thumbs, the sketches, and all that noise for the low price of £1. I think I'm going to stop doing the £3 tier thing because, well, one, it just means I'm just going to stop doing it because, like, if you're not willing to go, if I can't entice people in for the £1, then I can't really entice them in for the £3. So like I'm just going to basically put all the artwork that you see me do up here, apart from the stuff that's getting published by other people, up on there. So like you can see basically everything up, everything up in here, like the you say like the thumbs, the sketch, the pencils, the inks, the color hold, and everything. Yeah. So one of the reasons why you saw me do this, other than the fact that like I just really like Scotty Young, and I do. I've been on I discovered the internet, comics, and Scotty Young at about the same time, and I've liked all three ever since. And I really like his design for Gert from I Hate Fairyland, and the visceral violence and the cartoonishly visceral violence, the ketchup splatter as he called it, which is such a great way to describe just blood splatter, and just, you know what, just finding it's, I don't know what's happening with finding references in Google images and stuff, but like back in a few years ago, relatively easy to find, and it'd be okay, and you can just, I'll typically tap. Now everything's all fucking janked up, and you get repeated the same piss poor images, and I don't know. I mean, either I can't use a Google search engine anymore, or maybe it. But like finding blood splatter on good reference for blood splatter is surprisingly tedious and surprisingly difficult. Whereas ketchup splatter, fucking full of that. I mean, I can go and get some ketchup myself and splatter it myself, which I might do. So yeah, anyway, this so I had a lot of fun drawing this, and so, but also there's 3 reasons for doing it. 1, love Scott Young. 2, I like the character and I want to have fun drawing it. 2, I figure I needed to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So like 1, I need to it'd probably be easier for me to get work as a cover artist than an interior artist for the time being, because basically it's one thing to entrust like 22 pages to some random motherfucker you've never met before, but a comic cover, like a variant or whatever, that seems like kind of low-hanging fruit, and I think I've got a distinctive enough style that case of, okay, cool, well, we can get him in and he'll add his own sheen to it. So that's on the purely mercenary level, like, here, hire me to do this, because I want to be paid to make artwork, because otherwise I'm gonna have to go back and I ain't got any skills I'm not sure I'm gonna go back to. But also I figured it'd be a good opportunity to learn some things, like study composition. So I was studying what your man Frank Frazetta does, who's a master at these kind of things, and so like with this, my approach was like, well, circle and a triangle, which is, if you look at Frank Frazetta, I probably should have come up with. So, right, in terms of this man's composition, obviously, you've got the triangle, here's your man there, and he is framed by a circle. Pretty simple design feature, right? And you get so much out of it. Triangle, circle, triangle. I mean, not really. It's a triangle, but like it's not really the circle isn't really quite pronounced there, but like, no, so like you got your negative space here, your negative space here, your negative space here, the highlights here and stuff, and then so it's all basically the eyes kind of being led to the fact that you got the Death Rider here swinging a motherfucking axe, right? So that was my aim with this, is to basically learn to practice these composition techniques to show that I can do it, and learn to walk before you can run and stuff. And so that's what I was doing with this, like, so lifting a Frank Frazetta composition techniques. So you got the smoke encasing and circling her Gert and stuff. She's also like her face is like kind of not quite in the center, but like off to the center, so it's kind of like jarring in bits. And then we've got the mound, and yeah, we've got the mound pointing up to her. Yeah, so that's basically what I was aiming to do with this cover. I think if I was to have my time again, I'd probably have Hellboy's horns pointing more up there at more. I mean, like the gut line travels up there and up towards her and stuff. That travels up there. Yeah, I probably would have. Yeah, I may have. I think having Hellboy's face line face down while works. But then I come to thinking maybe have the horn all the ear pointing up and stuff like more. I could have put more directional lines going in there, but as it stands, that's just me nitpicking. What I'm going to do second, but as it stands, I think this cover works. I'm really proud of it. I'm happy with it. Hopefully, people who are like, hey, I need an artist to do me some artwork or a comic cover will be like, oh my days, quite like that. And who knows, Mr. Young may pick it up and go, wow, that's quite cool. Here, draw this cover, which would be the starting of a beautiful friendship in which we recommend each other groundbreaking hip hop that is like the fucking nuts. Yeah, next, I'm going to be doing a couple of these covers as well, just to basically build up some covers essentially. Yeah, well done, Marcus. The next one I'm going to be doing is going to be Girl Scouts, the Jim Food comic, because I think it's probably best to get myself in, because everyone does X-Men and stuff, but it might just be better. It might be an easier way to be like, hey, indie cats, better for networking and shit. And then like the one after that, I'm going to be doing Godzilla and stuff, because I like drawing Godzilla, and my brother likes Godzilla, and I don't like drawing Godzilla. Big lizards is not really something I'm that great at, so it'll be good to get that practice in and stuff. And I think I have a good idea for how I'm going to keep the whole circle Frank Frazetta aesthetic going along, but we'll see. So that's the plan. So next week you're going to be on the live streams. You're going to be watching me do Girl Scouts, the Jim Food comic, and then the week after that you're going to be seeing me do the Godzilla one. Yeah. So that's the plan for the next 2 weeks, I guess. 2 weeks. So if you want to see the behind the scenes shenanigans of this on the Patreon, and then it'll be up on Substack and ArtStation and various Reddit subreddits in the next probably by Monday. Also, I fit. One of the things I was working on was the pages of the Fall of the Motorcycle Mask, which was for mine and Max's contribution to the Whip anthology, Short Tales and Tall Tales. You'll have heard me ramble incoherently if you've been to these things before, but anyway, I managed to figure out what I had done wrong with the perspective and everything. I sorted it out, and it now looks pretty goddamn lovely. I am super proud of the way it came out. Max Barker. Me and him have got another little 4-page comic coming along, which will probably be starting up. I'll probably be starting in about a week or two. But yeah, so so the Kickstarter reached its goal. No thanks to me. And yeah, so it's going to be it's going to start. First place it's going to be sold at will be the Whip, the table at Thought Bubble. The second place table my work will be sold at. Yeah. So that was a lot of fun. Yeah. I mean, you'll have to read it to see it and stuff. But I'm not too sure when. I think the thing is you got to I'm going to need to check when I can. What will happen? I'll probably wait until after Thought Bubble, and everything. And then I'm probably going to stick it up on Webtoon so you could read it in the basically I'll stick it up online once it's once Thought Bubble is done and dusted, because it seems a decent thing to do. I also need to check when they say I can release it under my own Steam. Yeah, I will talk about Thought Bubble later because I have some other things to talk about. So I recently I probably should figure out how I've done this better. So, right, one of the things I had to do over the over the over the sorry. So one of the things I was doing over the summer holiday break was I had to essentially go up and house sit my parents because they're old and shit, and that's what a loving son does. But that would also mean that I was away from my tablet and stuff, and I was like, "Oh, I need to do work and shit," and then I was trying to figure out how I could do some work, and I figured, well, I got given an iPad. I can download Procreate and figure out how to use that, and I figured it because like picking up the XP pen was a relatively short amount of time, and then it's like, oh, this is a bit more fucking difficult than I'm used to because this is the tablet, right? This is a small one. It was given to us as a gift, right? So this is, I'm used to drawing on A3. This is barely A4, and so like the idea of like, well, I'm gonna go up and draw the pages of draw and ink, the draw and ink. Here comes the kindness of killers. Turned out to be a bit of a non-starter. I mean, I did some I did some of the thumbnails for issue 3 while I was up there, but generally speaking, as I can't, it's too small for me to do proper fucking like a comic page on it. I can probably get away with doing a thumbnails and maybe a sketchy thing, but like I'm essentially I need to learn how to use Procreate first. So I was like, oh, better give this a go, and this is one of the things that I've been drawing up there that I this is one of the things I did that I learning how to use Procreate. So I while I was up there, I was watching Has Been Hotel, and because I was watching Hell of a Boss, and I really wanted more of the same, but more musicals and stuff. And I really liked it as like I think I enjoyed Has Been Hotel a lot more than I enjoyed than Hell of a Boss. Though maybe it's because then again I really enjoyed Hell of a Boss. So it's like kind of like Hell of a Boss I would say was a solid 7. Has Been I would probably classify as a it Has Been Hotel. I would classify as a solid 9 really. And one of my favourite characters in it was Alistair, and I just think about his design really tickled my pickle. I was like, well, I'm gonna have to draw him. And so, in my effort to get better at using Procreate and using the tablet, because it's a poor workman who blames his tools, and even though the tablet itself is too small for my big clunky man hands, I figured I'd give it a go. So. Obviously there's a time-lapse video that comes with Procreate, so I probably will upload that at some point. I'll definitely upload that at some point so you can see what I'm fucking doing. But so this is not the first thing I used on the tablet. I've done a couple of things and trying to figure it out. And so the image on the right-hand side, the one that's ultra bright and violent, that is the final product that I did with the tablet and stuff. I'm not really too sure about the colouring scheme on there. Also trying to select things seems there's no real magic wand. It's a selection tool, and I'm not 100% sure how it works because basically what I did with with the way I color is I do it in layers and stuff. So I flattened the bottom. I did it. I flattened him, and then actually that process on Procreate was surprisingly quick. I will say that was a surprisingly quick one. Even though I can't find a hard like solid brush for the same one, it always seems to have some sort of fucking opacity thing going on. Anyway, so and then but when I couldn't get Alistair's hair correct and stuff, and I was every time yeah, it's just there's some things Procreate does really well, and there's some things it don't. There's no two ways about it. So this is but like the layer functions and stuff, and I quite like that. And then I imported it over to Clip Studio by uploading the PSD file, and I essentially just put my anime filters on it, and yeah, I mean, looking at it now, I might have gone a bit ham on the lightness and stuff. I might have to go back in and rejig that. But yeah, in terms of this being my third attempt at drawing something substantive on Procreate, I think it came out okay. I've got so you might see a few more artworks from me in which I attempt to use a new program. I don't know if I'm going to post them particularly, but probably up on the Patreon as well. Yeah. I mean, quick overview on my thoughts on Procreate. I think like I've seen lots of people use it, and I think if you come to it naturally first time, these things probably won't bug you as much as they bug me. One, I could not figure out for the life of me how to get a solid, like it just puts down what you, no pressure, no nothing but brush. It was, everything seemed to be like kind of like a bit of softness to it that maybe I'm being thick, and maybe I'm getting the thing wrong, but it's something about it, just I couldn't. I mean, like the pencil brushes and finding a set of brushes to use was like there's a lot of options there. None of them are any fucking good. The HB pencil is okay. I do like the studio pen that they've got on there. I think that will probably be the one I'll be using from now on, because that seems to be the fucking easiest. But like I did Google how to make the pressure and so like I know what was initially wrong with and it was the settings. So I was using default, so like I've set them properly and stuff, and I think so. I'm not so, but what so, and the fact that it has no magic wand tool, I really don't like. I don't like the selection tool thing. I think that is bollocks. I really, because I'm used to Clip Studio and used to fucking Photoshop. So the fact there's, but in terms of the positives, if we ignore the fill tool was quite instinctive, and I was able to do this in a relatively quick amount of time. There's a whole there's a whole bunch of different screen selections on there that and features that you don't get with Clip Studio. That it's not that I love them so much I'm going to junk my my Clip Studio, but like I did like the screen functions. I do like the fact that one, it's portable. I can just take it wherever I want. It's in terms of once I got the sketching down, it's good for sketching. The thumbnails that I did for issue 3, they all look pretty good, and in terms of kind of sketching, fucking around, doodling and stuff, the inking tool seems quite good. I think it's okay for that. I'm not too sure about a finished piece of work, if I'm honest with you, because maybe it's just because I'm used to using Clip Studio, and it's just easier for me to get the function and features I want. I do like the fact that like the brushes are divided up into sketching, into sketching, inking, paint, and the brush, what brush selections there is there. If the selection's really well laid out and stuff, and it, you know, and yeah, I mean, again, if I was going from Photoshop, which was the only thing I knew how to use for the longest time, and that was okay. I mean, I would say that was a 5, considering it's a photo manipulation software that they J-rigged to be a drawing software. Photoshop, back before they did the whole subscription thing, would get like a 5-6 out of me. On a good day, it would get a 7, but like average out about a 5, because there would always be something wrong, like the fact that you couldn't do perspective rulers and stuff on that. Clip Studio, for me, gets a solid like 8 to a 9 on most days. Like there's very little you can't fucking do in Clip Studio. The only problem I have with Clip Studio is you can't check the CYMK colors and stuff, and some of the filters on here are a bit limited and stuff, but you can, there's workarounds. I would like some chromatic aberrations, but that's fine. So that gets a set, so 7 a.m. And also, like in terms of like you pick it up and you draw with it, Clip Studio wins for me, because like Procreate, while initially you can pick it up, that you do need to set a whole bunch of stuff, and it's not as intuitive as but then again, like I don't use Apple products all that much, so maybe I'm just, you know, I don't know. I think maybe the fact that I'm using a small screen instead of like, because like basically, you know, so this is my my tablet size, right? See, going from drawing an A2 to A5, it's just maybe a bit of a jump, but it was fun. So yeah, well, after that little ramble dissertation about Procreate, Clip Studio, and Photoshop, maybe I should tell you something else, something different. I am going to be at Thought Bubble. Yeah. So I'm going to be at Thought Bubble on the 15th to 16th to 17th of November. I'm going to be rocking up obviously with my old comics, and I'm going to be getting I am cracking on with some other things, because like I was hoping that I could get a Kindness of Killers finished, so I would have a print copy of it available at Thought Bubble, but I don't think that's going to happen. So when I rock up there, instead of me selling the same bunch of comics I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of stickers over the next few months, so that will be up on the, so there'll be some, so you know, so you will be seeing me draw stickers on Thursdays, and then like they will be then available up on they will be available for sale at Thought Bubble. I'm doing a couple mini comics, like instead of doing I've got like a couple so the A Boy and His Dad 9-pager that I done, I'm gonna be printing that off and turning that into a minute like an 8-page, like a maybe 12-pager comic, mini comic. And I'm going to be doing the same with The Witch, which I'm going to be combining with the script I'm doing with Max Barker, so I'll be two mini comics. Hopefully I'll get a third one done, so there'll be like a selection of mini comics, plus I'm going to be doing like I did with this on Bad Boy, I'm going to be doing a sketchbook that will be exclusive to Thought Bubble. Well, it will be exclusive to Thought Bubble. My intention is to kind of do, I would have had one of these things around, like a flip, like an A5 flippy, like an A5 like a ring bound A5 sketch pad, basically stealing from J. Scott J. Scott Michael's idea, because it seems like a good idea, and I can fix it. I can do that and flip that around quite quickly. So that will be that's what I'll be bringing to Thought Bubble in about 3 months' time. And also, the good Lord willing, I will have I'm going to finish Here Comes the Dragon Punch, and hopefully, and I'll have that as a tankobon. So it'll be the first 4 issues. I will finish the 4th issue, and I'll put that up on webtoons and stuff, and then I'll also do a couple of extra kind of backstory matters, because I've got an idea what I want to do for one, which like drawing in a Hergé style, which I didn't realize that motherfucker has never once in his life drawn a woman, which is weird. So yeah, so that's going to be that's the plan for the next few months, is to while also doing the Kindness of Killers, do a whole bunch of new stock that I'll have available to be sold at Thought Bubble. So stickers, mini comics, a sketchbook, flippy thing, and a tankobon of Here Comes a Dragon Punch. Yeah. So if you like to be involved in that in any way, shape or form, if you want to support me in any way, shape or form, please hit like and subscribe. Sign up to my Substack. I've got a Patreon, I've got a Ko-fi. My comics are available at the Etsy link down below. That's that really. So, if you've missed me, I'm sorry I was away for so long. I should be back here more regularly from now on. I think the way it's probably going to work out from now on is I'm definitely going to be live streaming on the mornings. In the afternoons, a bit kind of chaotic, and like it mentally, it's probably better for me just to have that, just where like I'm not committed to live streaming on the week in the evening. So on Thursdays I'll probably be back for live streaming the sticker designs that I'm going to be doing. So yeah, I've been Markus Patton. You've been an audience member. You've also been the best. We've all been the best, but you especially have been the best. Take care of yourselves. Love yourselves. Try to fuck yourselves. Have yourself a tip-top day.